Evening. All right, everybody hear me? All right, welcome to the Murray City Council meeting, August 5th, 2025. And we have all 5 council members, GL, the mayor, Brooke, and Jennifer, not in any kind of special order. And so first of all, we're going to do the Pledge of Allegiance, and Miss Leanne Parker Reed has agreed to lead us in that. There she is. I didn't see her for a second there. Where are my glasses?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Right. Thank you so much for that. Okay, first item is we're going to approve the minutes from council meeting July 1st, 2025. Do I have any kind of motion on that, or
I have an issue.
you have an issue?
Yes.
Of course.
I need to. I motion to change the spelling of Russ Kakala's name. We put double K in there, capitalize both K's. So we just need to adjust it to a second lowercase because we care about Russ. That's why
Yeah, that's a good catch.
it looks better.
Thank you, Mr. Hawk. What's the process for that?
So I'll just make that motion.
Okay.
I motion
We'll
to
ask for a second.
change.
Okay.
So I motion to change Russ Kakala's name to second is a lowercase K.
I'll second that.
All right. All those in favor?
Aye.
Or- Aye.
Yeah,
Okay.
aye.
All right. All right. Next up, citizen comments. Comments. Just say it.
We gotta do the whole minutes now.
The whole minutes.
We just approved the change. Now we have to approve all the minutes.
Oh, approve all the minutes with the with the change.
Yep.
Right? Okay. All right. So I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes
So there you go. I will
with the
motion.
change.
Yes, I will motion to approve the minutes as amended for the July 1st, 2025 meeting.
I'll second.
Awesome. And then all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. We're good now. All right. Next up, citizen comments. Comments will be limited to 3 minutes. Step up to the microphone, state your name and city of residence, and fill out the required form. Patty has that back there. She's back there in the back, waving her arm. Now is your time, please.
Tell them to turn on that microphone.
Excuse me, ma'am. Can you turn on the microphone? I don't think it's on. Little green light.
On the top. Where it says power.
Green light's on?
Oh.
Okay. Maybe it's just.
Oh, there you go. Thank you. 1 a.m. in the morning, we had 2 women of the night come to collect their money. So they've been giving these people my address. I just sent Pam a notice where I just posted again as we are the people that sold some of these iPods from Lake Powell. I haven't been there in 25 years, but they're blasting that on Facebook now. So there's still issues and I need help. Thank you.
Thank you.
My name is Lawrence Foreman. Some of you know me, some of you don't. It's been a while since I've been here. I've been trying to figure out what I was going to say when I come up here. And only 3 words keep on repeating in my mind. I give up. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I've been fighting to get simple basic necessities for myself, for my animals, and to use my own story, my own life, the things that are going on as an example so that nobody else has to lay their dignity out to get the simple basics of life. I give up. The programs, they don't work. The organizations, they don't care. The agencies only go so far as some little bit of money might let them. If I make any money outside of the disability that I'm on, what I have gets taken away. I got tired of waiting for programs to provide me homes, so I made my own. And now I'm told it's illegal unless I'm doing something productive. Those of you who know me and know where I live know that I have been productive in keeping the crime rate down, and I am not bragging when I say this, and I'm not attempting to. I'm not looking for a pat on the back. I have made the crime rate in my area reduce. I have kept it down through efforts not exclusively my own, but I have done a large part, in my opinion. Correct me if you think I'm wrong. I went and I fought for months back and forth over the past several years. I've been in that trailer for 10 years, and I fought to do the simplest things, get the simplest thing, like a little bit of power, so I can refrigerate my food so that I don't waste food and I don't have to buy food fresh, made by somebody else every day at a far more expensive rate than I should have to. I haul my own water in, I haul my own sewage out, and I apologize, I don't mean to make anybody disgusted by making those statements, but it's a literal fact. I haul my trash in and out. In order to pay rent, I pay rent for the privilege of managing that lot as the on-site manager, so that I have a purpose, so that the city has reason to see me being there as having a purpose. And yet I can't get the simplest things. I give up.
My name is Dylan Barney. I have lived in Murray for a fair amount of time, but the comments I'd like to make today is I'd like to thank those responsible for cleaning up and cutting down the weeds on property owned by the redevelopment agency in Murray. It makes the property look more attractive, and it reduces the fire hazard in this particular area. So I'd like to thank the mayor, the council members, and especially those that did the hard work of cleaning the weeds up and cutting things down on hot days like we've been having lately. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. We'll go ahead and close the citizen comments part. So there's no special recognition, no consent agenda, and we'll start with the public hearings. Let's see. So the first one is consider an ordinance adopting transfer of monies from enterprise funds to other city funds. Brenda will be presenting for that.
So tonight we're here to do a public hearing. Whenever we transfer funds or property from enterprise funds to the general fund, we need to have a public hearing and announce the purpose and then get approval from you guys. The property in question is up on Jensen Lane. It's a portion of a lot that we bought, I'm not even sure how many years ago, that we purchased because it flooded all the time. Stormwater is now going to put a retention pond on a portion of the property. The rest of the property is going to be surplused, we hope, if you approve that. So we're going to transfer the rest of that property to the general fund to then surplus it and use it in a transaction to get some more parking for the Murray Theater. So the first thing we need to do is have a public hearing on the transfer of that property. No cash will be exchanged in this. It's just the property going from the enterprise fund to the general fund, or in this case, the CIP fund, which is essentially the general fund. So it'll go from an enterprise fund to the government, and then we'll do the rest of the steps to complete the 1082 analysis and public hearing on that later. So that's what this is. No cash. There will be a budget opening because it will show as a decrease in the assets of the stormwater fund, but it's not actual cash, and we will show the CIP fund receiving this piece of property. So.
All right, thanks, Brenda. And we open for comment. Okay, now we'll open it for comments for public hearing. For same rules apply. 3 minutes. Step up to the microphone, state your name and city of residence, fill out the required form. And looks like no comments. So we'll go ahead and close the public comments on this item. And yep. Anybody on the council have any questions? No? Okay. Awesome. Okay. Great. Mr. Pickett, did you? Okay. Just getting ready to vote. Okay. All right. We have to do a motion. Yeah. I'll entertain a motion to for this first item.
I make a motion to approve an ordinance adopting the transfer of monies from enterprise funds to other city funds.
I will second it.
Okay, we have a first and a second. Brooke, will you run the vote?
Ms. Turner.
Aye.
Mr. Hawk.
Aye.
Mr. Pickett.
Aye.
Ms. Cotter.
Aye.
Mr. Goodman.
Aye. All right, looks like the ayes have it. All right, moving on to the second item, consider a resolution declaring the property located at approximately 440 West Jensen Lane, Murray City, Salt Lake County, State of Utah, as surplus, and approving the conveyance of said property for less than appraised value based on findings pursuant to Section 10-8-2 of the Utah Code. Chad Wilkinson is presenting.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Let me just do some plugging in here. The item that we just voted on will probably make a lot more sense once we describe what's going to happen in this next item. So, if we come back, there we go. We're there. Okay, so as was said, this is a required public hearing, required by state law for us to hold a public hearing they call it a 1082 analysis. That's the section of state code. And the reason for that is to consider surplusing some property. I'm going to describe a little bit about why we're considering this. This is the property that we're considering surplusing. This is the property that was just described by Brenda in her presentation. This is what you've just transferred this from the enterprise to the CIP, which now allows you to consider surplusing this property as part of the consideration we're going to talk about. So as Brenda said, it's there on Jensen Lane. You can see Cherry Street, that big white with the boxes on it, that's Lowe's just to the north. This is the property that we're considering surplusing. It's a portion of that property, not the whole thing. As Brenda had indicated, this was purchased as a part of a plan to build a stormwater detention facility to handle some of the stormwater in this general area. We've looked at this property and don't need the entire property to accommodate that storm drain, that storm retention facility. So the remainder of that property is available for us to consider for surplus. And why are we considering this for surplus? This is a property that the city has been working to acquire. As you can see, this is just, I'll give you a little context. The Murray Theater just sits to the west of this property. The city owns two properties that are just adjacent to this property on either side, to the west and east of this property. But this is the last property that we need to acquire in order to acquire that entire area to the east of Murray Theater. That's property that we've been trying to acquire as a city to accommodate some additional parking to support the Murray Theater that'll be opening very soon. So this has been something that we've been working on for a little while, and we've been working with a really good property owner. That property owner is a willing seller. He's wanted to cooperate with the city in selling his property. His dilemma, though, was that he needed a place to go. He needed some place to move his business. And as we started to look at the market rate for properties in the valley, the replacement cost for something similar to this was much, much higher than the appraised value that we'd had for the property when we did that a couple of years ago. So we started to look at other options. One of the options was to see if there were other properties that the city already owned that could accommodate his use, and we did find one that would work for him. And that's the property that we just looked at on that previous screen right there. So this property is zoned industrial, works well. It's a plumbing business that's located there on Vine Street right now. This would work well for him. It's a little bit bigger than his current property, so it works well for him. So again, part of what we need to do as part of this process is we need to declare this surplus, and we need to go through this 1082 analysis. This shows you what the state code requires us to consider. There's fiscal, public benefit analysis. We need to do things that show that this is in the best interest of the city and consistent with state and public law, or state and city law. So here's a couple of findings that we made. I won't read all of the words there, but first of all, we want to use the parking for Murray Theater. This would be a support for Murray Theater. This is a significant investment that the city's made in Murray Theater. We want to make sure we have some parking to support that. We have, again, already purchased the properties on either side, so this makes complete sense for us to try to get this property to close that gap and be able to build a cohesive parking area. And it's also supporting local business retention. This is going to give us an opportunity to take this existing business, move them someplace else in Murray, and keep them as part of our business and tax base for the city. So, oops. As we look at oh boy, it doesn't want to stand on that one, does it? There we go. So as we look at the fiscal benefits for this particular surplus, again, as we looked at these prices, we had comparable properties anywhere from 1/10 of an acre to half an acre, which is quite a bit bigger. Half an acre is quite a bit bigger than the subject property, but those were appraising at around 1.3 million median price. We looked at some recent comps. It was between 1 and 1.7 million for comparable properties. What the Murray offer is to this property owner is to pay $600,000 in cash, plus the conveyance of that piece of property that we showed. That has been appraised at 390, so that total value of that is 990. Still well below what we've seen as far as comparables for that type of a purchase. And again, this allows us to acquire the land below that cost that would require us to get him a replacement parcel. Again, those are some more findings: prosperity, convenience, safety, order, and comfort. I won't go through each of those in detail, but those are the findings that we need to make as part of the state law analysis. Again, this is an important component of this significant investment that we've made in the Murray Theater. This will allow us to create some surface parking in the immediate future, and potentially look at some structured parking even in the future as we go forward with plans for downtown. With that, we are recommending that this proposed conveyance offers those measurable and intangible benefits that we're supposed to require, or we're supposed to analyze as part of state law. It's going to support downtown revitalization, all the things that are there on the screen. And we are recommending that the council hold a public hearing and then approve this surplusing of this property. And I'm happy to answer any questions if I can.
Thanks, Chad. We can go ahead and open the public comments. Same rules apply. Comments limited to 3 minutes. Step up to the microphone, state your name and city residence, fill out the required form, please. Okay, doesn't look like there are any. I'll go ahead and close public comments. Council, do you have any questions for Chad?
I have one. Do we have a timeline of, if approved, demolition to when it should be available for parking?
Yeah, so we have a contract right now, subject to approval by you. There's a due diligence period, and that part of that due diligence is that this is subject to your approval of this transaction. We had the original due diligence period runs 60 days to give us time to do these kind of things. Then we'll have an additional 60 days to closing. That's the maximum time that would be 120 days total. So that's the longest it would take before the city would again close on the other property, and then we would transfer this property over to the other property owner. That would enable us again, and again, it's been a good property owner to work with. They're willing to make accommodation to get themselves out of that other building as quickly as they can, move to some temporary locations while they construct a new structure at this Jensen Lane property. So, yeah, the longest it would be before we would close would be 120 days from the time that we signed that agreement, which was in July.
I just want to make a comment. It's amazing how the planet's kind of aligned on this. I mean, we have these two buildings with a property owner in between who wants to move, who, by the way, we have a property for, and we get to keep them in Murray all at the same time. Wow. I mean, it's almost like it's on purpose. But
And I want to give some credit to just the collaborative effort of staff to find solutions. And again, we've talked about the willingness of the seller, been a great seller to work with. But we've also had, as we've explained the problem to various city staff, we've looked for options. I can tell you that this was one that our planner, Zach Smallwood, said, well, have you thought about this property? And that was one we hadn't thought of yet. And as we worked with our public works folks, they've been very willing to work through this because there are some issues we need to still work through, the detention basin and things. But all of us have been really working hard to make this happen because it is so important to our downtown.
Yeah, that was awesome. Thank you.
And I'm very excited about this. Being on the board for the opening of the theater, that is one thing that we've talked about quite a bit, is whereas the citizens or the people that come into Murray to come to the theater, where are they going to park? And now we have our answer. And thank you for getting this done. We appreciate it. Thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, anything else? Everybody good? Okay, I'll go ahead and I'll entertain a motion.
I would like to make a motion, the resolution declaring the property located at approximately 440 West Jensen Lane, Murray City, Salt Lake County, State of Utah as surplus, approving the conveyance of said property for less than appraised value based on finding pursuant to Section 10-8-2 of the Utah Code.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a first and a second. Brooke, will you take us through?
Ms. Turner,
Aye.
Mr. Hawk,
Aye.
Mr. Pickett,
Aye.
Ms. Cotter,
Aye.
Mr. Goodman.
Aye. All right, ayes have it. Motion pass. All right, on to number 3. Consider resolution waiving police and fire protection fees for the Murray Chamber of Commerce for an event known as Murray Area Chamber of Commerce Hot Air Balloon Palooza, beginning September 19th, 2025, and running through September 21st, 2025, to be held at the Cottonwood High School. Jennifer Kennedy is presenting.
Thank you. During the budget, as you know, we did have some applications for fee waivers. Most of those we were able to include in the budget and pass with the budget. We did have a couple that we were waiting for a little bit of additional information. We've got that information now, so we're going to bring these to you tonight. The first is for the Murray Area Chamber of Commerce for their Hot Air Balloon Palooza. They're asking for police and fire services, and their event is September 19th through 21st at Cottonwood High School. And I believe Kathy White is here if you have questions for her. I told her she could speak during public comments if she wanted to. So I can answer any questions or you can have her answer.
All right, thanks, Jennifer. And we'll go ahead and open it for citizen comments. Comments will be limited to 3 minutes. Step up to the microphone, state your name and city of residence, and fill out the required form, please.
Hello, Kathy White, Chamber of Commerce, also live in Murray. And so, yeah, I would just love for the city to support us with the waiver of the fire and the police fees for the Hot Air Balloon Palooza. So if you guys went there last year, it was a very popular event. We had over 6,000 people throughout the weekend. And coming again, September 19th through the 21st at Cottonwood High School. So it'll be a lot of fun. That's the whole intention, to make it fun. So any questions for me?
Are you the president of the chamber now?
Pam? I am the interim president of the Chamber of Commerce. Matt Gibbons has resigned, so I'm the interim president.
Thank you.
Good.
Okay, any other comments about this item? Okay, we'll go ahead and close the citizen comments. Council, do you have any questions? I have a question, but I don't think the person, maybe Mr. Hill would know. So the police and fire, will that be covered on straight time or overtime as far as how we're going to pay these guys? Because I saw the number of hours they're going to be needed, but I don't know if that's going to be just the regular schedule time or it's going to be overtime.
Yeah, so for the fire department, since they work 24-hour shifts, 7 days a week, it'll
Right.
just be part of their regular shift.
So you
But
won't
with-
have to bring anybody
Right.
else on.
But in the case of the police officers, it'll be overtime. They'll be asked to stay later or outside of their normal shift because police department doesn't want to give up their patrol coverage while this is going on.
Oh, yeah, I get it. Yes. Okay, thank you.
Do we know how much it's going to be, Doug?
I have that number right here.
Yeah.
For police, it's 3,798, and it's considered in kind. And fire will be between 2,000 and 4,000, depending on how Joey staffs.
Thank you.
All right.
I would like to make a comment. I think it's a great use of our police and fire. I think it's a positive PR. It gets them out in the community, and so I'm very supportive of this.
All right, anybody else? All right, I'll entertain a motion.
A motion to approve the resolution waiving police and fire protection fees for the Murray Chamber of Commerce for an event known as the Murray Area Chamber of Commerce Hot Air Balloon Palooza beginning September 19th, 2025 and running through September 21st, 2025 to be held at the Cottonwood High School.
I'll second the motion.
All right, we have a first and a second. Brooke, will you take us through it?
Ms. Turner,
Aye.
Mr. Hawk,
Aye.
Mr. Pickett,
Aye.
Ms. Cotter,
Aye.
Mr. Goodman.
Aye. All right, ayes have it. Resolution passes. Move on to the next item. Consider resolution waiving golf cart fees for Murray Education Foundation on August 22nd, 2025 at the Murray Parkway Golf Course for a charity golf tournament. Jennifer Kennedy presenting.
So exactly what Scott said. This is to waive golf fees for the Murray Education Foundation for their golf tournament they're having on August 22nd. This is something historically we have done through the years. And I think, yes.
Yep.
Yes, Doug Perry is here if you want to ask him any questions, or he can speak during public comment, or if you have any questions for me, I can answer those.
I have a question. Is it just cart fees or is it green fees also?
Just cart fees.
And I'm sure you have the dollar amount on that too. No? What?
I don't know what the cart fees are. I think it's like $40 for 2 people per cart.
If I remember right, it's about $4,000.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. All right, so we'll go ahead.
Hold on. Continuing my line of questioning. It's 4,000 for the carts. If we did green fees also, how much, what does that change? I'm asking you to do math off the top of your head there, Kim.
Mean.
Okay. Doug, Doug's got it.
Doug's got it.
Well, I don't want to step in front of you, Kim. Do you want to take this one? So the cost of the golf course to have a tournament like this is about $9,000 by the time you take the money that you could have generated had you opened it up to the general public. So, but the cost to the chamber or to the Murray Education Foundation is not that much. So I think our green fees are right around like $62, and that's both green fees and cart. So if you have 100 players approximately, I think they'll probably have a little bit more than that, 120 players. You're probably looking at $6,000 to $8,000.
Real quick, can I?
Oh, yeah.
Doug, will you just mention a little bit about our plans in the future that we're going to be presenting to the council about fees from the school district, fees from Murray City? We go back and forth and have fee here, back and forth. Almost equals out with everything because we're charging each other. So we've been discussing with Jennifer Covington, the superintendent.
Yeah, so the city and the school district have an interlocal agreement, have had for many years, probably for 40 years, that addresses the mutual use of facilities. So the city uses many of the school district facilities, their gymnasiums, their fields for soccer, and the school district does not charge the city for the use of those facilities. And in return, the city has a number of facilities that the school district uses, such as the Ken Price ball field and the soccer fields. And we do not charge them for the use of the facilities as well. But that agreement was modified a few years ago to where some of these specific types of costs, like the golf tournament, the use of the auditoriums for technicians and things like that, were not addressed in the agreement. And so that's why you've been getting these kind of special requests from the school district for something like this, because they're not specifically addressed in the interlocal agreement that we've had in the past. So to the mayor's point is that we are working with the school district, with the superintendent right now, to look at that agreement again and look at all of the uses that are occurring both on city property as well as school district property, and seeing if we can't equalize those so that it's a win-win situation for both the city and the school district. So we plan to come to you here in the near future with an amended interlocal agreement that will help fix some of these issues.
Okay, so we haven't had public comments yet, so I'll go ahead and open it for public comments. Comments will be limited to 3 minutes. Step up to the microphone, state your name and city of residence, and fill out the required form, please.
Doug Perry from Murray Education Foundation. Didn't really have much to say other than thank you, and thank you for working with us for many, many years. I mean, this is the 27th year of our golf tournament. We've raised funds to the tune, I think, of $500,000 over the years, and so that's had a big impact on our schools. And at a time like this, when budgets are being slashed and we just don't know from one month to the next what funding sources we're going to have, it really is a meaningful impact for the foundation to be able to come in and offer these additional funds for field trips, classroom materials, and other things that impact kids so much in the Murray area. So we really appreciate your support for this program, as well as the interlocal agreement that we've been working on with the city. So we appreciate that. Thank you.
Okay, any other comments? I'm not seeing any. I'll go ahead and close public comments. Turn it over to the council. Any last questions, comments? Nope.
I'll make a motion. I'm going to motion to adjust the resolution to include green fees and cart fees.
Okay.
So what would the total be?
About 9,000.
About 9,000.
9,000 to run the whole course.
I second it. This is for the kids.
Okay, I have a first and a second. Brooke, will you take us, well, do we need to?
We might want to debate the motion. There might be some contrary opinions.
Yeah, are you feeling that?
This is a tough issue, because now you've said, let's support the kids, but in reality, if you vote against it, you're the mean person, right? But where's the money coming from? It's coming out of the pockets of the residents of Murray who are paying taxes that we pinch every penny possible, and now we're going to go, oh, let's give $9,000 away. We need to be responsible. We're not a bank that just open up and throw out money. Every penny comes from our taxpayers. Pam, you always talk about, you think about those people on fixed, incomes, how we want to save in property taxes. We didn't raise property taxes this year, which we should have, 2.5%, because it was $40 a month or $40, something like that, because that was too much money. And now we're talking about giving away an extra X amount of money just on a whim like this. We can't go by feelings all the time. We have to go by our data, our numbers, our finances. If we have money set aside for this, fine and dandy, let's do it. If not, if we're gonna have to dip into a savings, or we have to pull from somewhere else, I think we seriously consider not doing this.
But I would have to say that, yes, you're correct, that it is the taxpayers' money, but also the taxpayers are also looking for some kind of relief when they put their child into school, that they will be able to have those extra field trips or a box of crayons or something that parents cannot afford. And we're supplying that through this golf tournament. Paper, whatever they need, whatever those children need. We can ask Brenda if we have that extra money somewhere, and we could put this to the side, what do you think, council?
I would say, number one, it's an in-kind donation, so that there's no money transferring. The second thing is, I think that would actually, when we work with the school district, it saves our taxpayers money, because all we're doing is if we charge the school district, they have to increase their taxes, or if they charge us, we have to increase our taxes. If we just give it in kind, it keeps both of our tax base low, instead of one being the bad guy in the process or the bad person. So I think this is a way to keep both of our costs low.
We have just lost, though, the green fees for that day, or the cart use for that day. So there's a loss to the city somewhere in there, even if it is in kind.
But we gain it back in other things that we do at the school district. When we don't pay to use Hillcrest Junior and Parks and Rec, that's where we're not paying, and it balances itself out. I think as we've done the analysis over the last few weeks, considering this interlocal agreement, if we just trade services back and forth between the school district and ourselves, it comes out as a wash, and neither one of us has to pay each other, and it's all equal. We're pretty close. We're close enough that it's negligible.
It still has a $9,000 value, and it's not something we had considered. It kind of has come out of left field, and so that's my concern. I'm wondering if, we shouldn't consider next year doing this, but I'm kind of uncomfortable with increasing it that much this year.
Yeah, can we just approve it the way it's written now, and then once the interlocal agreement's done, then we'll be done with it at that point, and it'll be more apples and apples. You good with that, Paul?
Yeah, I think if we can look at it more carefully.
Yeah.
It might be something I would vote for. And is there any way to withdraw the motion so we don't have to vote on this?
Yeah, and then go back to the original item.
I don't know.
We've got a motion and a second. We have to vote on it.
As I seconded.
Yeah, it won't be a fair vote.
Okay. Yeah, so how do we, and then we have to go back and revisit it, right?
Yeah, the way to do it is I'd have to withdraw the motion, is how I'd have to do it.
Okay.
Because we haven't voted yet.
Because you haven't voted.
Right.
Okay.
So now the question is, am I going to withdraw it?
I'm just looking at you and saying, would you like to withdraw the motion, or would you like to go forward with it?
I will withdraw the motion.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, I'll entertain a new motion for this item.
I would like to make a motion to the resolution waiving golf cart fees for the Murray Education Foundation on August 22nd, 2025 at the Murray Parkway Golf Course for a charity golf tournament.
I'll second.
Okay, we have first and second. Brooke, will you take us through it?
Ms. Turner,
Aye.
Mr. Hawk,
Aye.
Mr. Pickett,
Aye.
Ms. Cotter,
Aye.
Mr. Goodman.
Aye. Okay, the ayes have it. Resolution passes. All right, first business item, consider a resolution in support of America 250 Utah and recognizing and approving the Murray City Utah 250 Community Committee Rowan Coates presenting.
Hello. Sorry, I'm short. So next year is the 250th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence. We're having a national celebration run by America 250. Utah has its own kind of subsect of America 250, and it's America 250 Utah. And in order to participate and receive a stipend from America 250 Utah, the first step is to pass a resolution confirming that we have a committee. So I would like to read that resolution, and then I'm happy to answer any questions. So a resolution in support of America 250 Utah and recognizing and approving the Murray City Utah 250 Community Committee. Whereas Governor Spencer J. Cox and the Utah State Legislature created the America 250 Utah Commission, also known as America 250 Utah, and whereas the mission of America 250 Utah is to commemorate, celebrate, and reflect on our nation's past, build community, and look toward the future by educating, engaging, and uniting Utahns and visitors to our state. And whereas America 250 Utah is seeking partnerships with counties and municipalities to further its mission, and whereas a partnership between Murray City and America 250 Utah will be formed by creating a local committee called the Murray City Utah 250 Community Committee, and whereas the Murray City Utah 250 Community Committee will focus on important events, people, and places within Murray to commemorate and celebrate Murray's role in America's 250th anniversary. And whereas local projects will enhance tourism, community building, and economic development opportunities. Now therefore be it resolved by the Murray City Municipal Council that Murray City, 1, will partner with America 250 Utah, 2, hereby recognizes the Murray City Utah 250 Community Committee as its official committee, 3, will support signature programs of the America 250 Utah Commission, and 4, will support the Murray City Utah 250 Community Committee in its local efforts to educate, engage, and unify Utahns and our visitors in Murray. It's a bit of a mouthful, but thank you. If you have any questions.
Rowan, I attended the meeting today at noon on Google Meet.
Yes.
They discussed this, and I'm pretty impressed at what's happening.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty impressed at what will happen as a result of this. So I'm a supporter of this resolution.
Any other questions?
Other questions? Okay. All right, go ahead and entertain a motion.
I'll motion to approve the resolution in support of America 250 Utah and recognizing and approving the Murray City Utah 250 Community Committee.
I'll second the motion.
Okay, we have a first and second. Brooke, will you take us through it?
Ms. Turner?
Aye.
Mr. Hawk?
Aye.
Mr. Pickett?
Aye.
Ms. Cotter?
Aye.
Mr. Goodman?
Aye. All right, guys have it. All right, moving on, mayor's report. And
Thanks, Scott.
welcome, sir.
I love it. Steve Olson was here. He came in over in the kitchen. And he says, "Do you mind if I leave? I have a daughter opening her mission call." And I says, "Oh my heck, get home. Are you kidding me?" He was going to stay for this information here, but I said, "No, go home." So the fire department took delivery of the new ambulance today, the 4x4 ambulance that they were waiting for. And it is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. This will be something that will be strengthen our emergency response capabilities, built to respond in all kinds of terrain. The vehicle allows for 3 to 4 medics and has extra space to transfer family members. So it's going to be, it's beautiful, and you need to go down and see it, but it just got in today. Public Safety Fair will be Monday, August 25th from 6 to 8:30 at Pavilion 5. This is a chance for residents to talk with the police and fire, emergency personnel, and enjoy demonstrations like the medical landing of the helicopter and vehicle fire simulations. Also, tickets, you all know tickets went on sale, Pam, you know, because you're on that board. Did you know that it was 50%? I think it's more like almost 70% now sold out. So that's in a matter of 3 days. So that'll be for the opening, which is, we don't have that down here, but it's what, September 26th, is that correct, Erica? Where are you? There you are. September 26th, Friday? Yes. Okay, thanks. September 26th. And it's kind of cool because we're just seeing interest build and build and build. And Pam, you've got to see this just go from old to beautiful. So we're excited that you've been able to be there. And anything, I'll talk a little bit, but anything to add to that? Well, I mean, you're the one that's there all the time. So how's it?
It's overwhelming that we see from the ticket sales, the response from the citizens or citizens outside of Murray. It's really exciting. And it's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous.
So you see it today? Were you in there today?
We are going to go see it. The board is going to go see it after we get back from.
I know the concession stands in.
Yeah.
And
Jennifer and Patty went and saw it, and they said it was absolutely gorgeous. It's just really pretty, and yeah.
We're excited.
I know some people that worked there when they were 15 years old, and they would pop the popcorn upstairs and bring it down. And so I'm very excited for them to see this, and those that have contributed money for this, I'm excited for them to see it. I'm excited for the evenings and all the work that Katie Lindquist has gone through and the board. There's just not enough words. I'm just very excited, but thank you, Mayor, for the opportunity to bring this back to the city.
Absolutely. I'm glad you brought up. I had a resident ask if we had raised any money, and I said, well, they thought we got nothing, and we got $4 million from TRCC, and then over $100,000 from a resident and several other residents too, but that they won't allow us to say their names. So
and also the chairs.
And the chairs, I'll bring that up. Thank you, Pam. Thank you. No, I appreciate that. So anyway, it's a remarkable theater, and it's going to be awesome. So we expect a full house. Anyone planning to attend, you better get your tickets now. Also tied to the theater's reopening is the launch, as Pam just said, about the chair campaign. And what that is starting this Friday at 10 a.m., just like you're purchasing tickets through the site, Murray City website, and then there'll be right at the first part of the website says about the theater. You'll click on it, and then it takes you in there. And like I said, it'll be the same place that you purchase your tickets to, and you'll be able to you'll be able to donate, so you have your name on the chair itself. And so, like, say the Hales family or the Cotter family or whatever. And so, and I think they start at $100 and then go up. But they'll go fast. So that's this Friday at 10 a.m. For that chair campaign. So if you're interested in that, you should get on that the second that comes out. So anyway, I think that's it. So our projects are moving forth, and we're hoping in the next few weeks that theater will be completely done. So it's just it's going through the inspection right now, final inspections. And so we're looking forward to hosting Lauren Allred, and it's going to be a great event with her being from Murray. And if anybody doesn't know, she's the one that sang the Never Enough from The Greatest Showman. So anyway, thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Yeah.
Okay, with that, we are adjourned. Ooh, hit that a little hard. That was just a finger. I didn't even raise my hand. I just kind of